Hi, my name is Kim Tigger. Today I'm going to speak to you about Coca-Cola. I've done some research on the company for a paper I had to do, and I've come up with some starting revelations about the Coca-Cola and their ethical issues they've had lately. I've looked at some newspapers online and at the company's website as well to obtain my information. First, let me tell you about Coca-Cola a little bit. It was started in 1886 by John Pemberton and was sold in Jacob's Pharmacies. In 1888, between 1888 and 1891, Asa Griggs Chandler became the first president and secured the rights to the company. When Coke first started, it averaged 9 drinks a day, and now it sells over 10 billion gallons of syrup a year. Coca-Cola is enjoyed in 8 countries worldwide and is the #1 selling soda. Recently, Coke has experienced some bad press with some ethical issues they had. In 2000, Coca-Cola wanted to sell new frozen Coke beverages in Burger King kids' meals. This test was done in Virginia. Burger King wanted the test done to see if they would carry the product. After the test was done, during the test, customers were offered free coupons with the purchase of a valid meal. When the test was done, Coke said that the profits for that franchise were up 3.4%. A couple years later, in 2003, Matthew Whitley, a former employee, brought a lawsuit against Coke, saying that Coke inflated the numbers. It was later realized that the Coke executive John Fisher had paid a Virginia businessman $10,000 to take hundreds of kids to the Burger King to purchase the frozen drinks. At first, Coke said Whitley was just a disgruntled employee, but later, in June 2003, they admitted they manipulated the results from the study. Also, in 2006, Coca-Cola products the sale of Coca-Cola products were banned on the University of Michigan campuses. Also, New York University, Rutgers, and Santa Clara University also banned the product of these sales. This is brought on by protests from students and human rights activists who claim that Coke hasn't done enough to address the issues of labor practices in Colombia and environmental issues in India. This came about after the realization that in 2001, a lawsuit was brought against Coke and 2 of the company's bottlers because there was believed to be a connection with the violent issues of the laborers in Colombia. 8 Coca-Cola union leaders have been murdered since 1989 in Colombia, and many others have been kidnapped and tortured. Coke was also accused of hiring death squads to intimidate union leaders and workers. Coke was also accused of contaminated fertilizer to the farmers in India, which led to them shutting down the plant in 2004 and moving to a more industrial part of India. Coke and Pepsi were also found to have harmful pesticides in the products that were sold in India. Coke has also suffered some other bad press. In 2004, the UK claimed that Coke's Dasani water was just overpriced tap water. In this summer's Olympics in Beijing, demonstrators accused Coke of standing by while there was a humanitarian disaster in Tibet. While there's a lot of bad press about Coke, there's still some good things they're doing. They agreed to stop animal testing. They also gave $35 million to the Junior Achievement Initiative. And they also started an ethics and compliance committee within the company that's in charge of the codes and the compliance and the discipline if anyone should not obey the codes. I'm hoping that Coca-Cola continues to move forward with these efforts in order to maintain the good name in the company when it had first started in 1886 by a simple store owner.